day. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. The New York Jets versus Teddy Bridgewater and the Miami Dolphins.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. Is Teddy Bridgewater.
A Pro Bowl quarterback early in his career in Minnesota before a horrific knee injury slowed down his...
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 59 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. To throw is Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets will take over. We'll get our first look at this New York Jets offense. Really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, 2nd overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
It was an educational rookie season for Zach Wilson, who was drafted to be the eventual face of the Jets as the team worked through a lengthy rebuild. 2,300 yards and 9 touchdowns as a rookie. He did miss some time mid-season with an injury, but I really like the work that the Jets have done to put people around him and give him his best opportunity to be not only the face of this franchise, but get him back into perennial playoff contention.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 11 now, Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Give him 32 on the play. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action now. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
They go play action. Bridgewater. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18. 23 yards the pickup there.
One of the showstoppers in the league. A nice catch there by Tyreek Hill. How about this for a statistic? 6 seasons, 6 Pro Bowls, and this guy continues to be one of the game-breaking players in the NFL. Now using his speed down south of Miami after his first 6 years in Kansas City.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And this is caught at the 8. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Play fake. Bridgewater. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, people go, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. From the 30 on second down, Bridgewater. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Caught, it's Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. Now a give to Edmonds, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. This defense for the Jets, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? Let's say just outside the 20-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Hall again on second down. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Now Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, first and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it second and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Bridgewater. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And New York set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They go play action with Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And not much running room. Down to the 32. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 17 carries, 67 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running left, here's Edmonds. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 40-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. Open man is Uzomah. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. On 1st down, Wilson. He'll get this to Lazard. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Ball ought to give up the middle. And he'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yes.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Zerline on and the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Miami set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did.
Yeah.
But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Ball again on 2nd down. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Michelle running up the gut, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Bridgewater. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Jets now to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Wilson. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Melvin Ingram able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Wilson now throwing on 3rd and long. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt giving 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's complete to Lazard. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw is Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Braden Mann now as he's on for the 5th time here today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And Wilson with it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the 2nd half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this will not be returned, so the 2nd half begins with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Straight ahead is Hall. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. On first down, right back to Hall to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Third and 2, now Wilson. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. This from 36 yards out. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Bridgewater. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Bridgewater on first down. Shakes off the side, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, They got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Bridgewater to throw it. It's Hill, complete.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with Edmonds. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. New York ready to go again offensively. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And Lazard's got it again. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's the Jets punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Edmonds. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Here's Hall again.
And he will have the 1st down here as he's up to the 15.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Able to find Lazard.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Hall. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. as they come to the line. They will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All again on second down. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now it's Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Throwing, Bridgewater. That'll be caught for a Dolphin touchdown. It's Williams. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And New York set to take the field. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this to Lazard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Hall again on 2nd down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Uzomah. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. A give running right is Hall. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Credit Melvin Ingram, able to get into the backfield and make the stop.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 13. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play fake. Bridgewater. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Michel is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he'll find Hall. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st down, Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. 1st down, Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And New York set to take the field. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 24. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They go play action now. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second and third levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Carter straight ahead. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. 2nd and 6 from the 10. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another run on second down with Carter. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Carter. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Michael Carter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Wilson going to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead out 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Dolphins now down by 2 touchdowns. 1:52 to play. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And they're able to get this one across the 35. To throw is Bridgewater. Connecting with Hill. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Bridgewater's throw is taken in by Waddle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Oh, Gesicki, a nice grab. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. A quick throw, but incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And again, it's Bridgewater. And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out
to the 20.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee.
On the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much too.
So for the Jets, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall to 1-4.